Welcome back. Today, how divorced couples can co-parent during the holidays without ruining them for their kids. Holidays and special occasions like Christmas, birthdays, and school concerts can be like flashpoints for conflict. Our next guest says parents need to stop the tug of war and create new traditions so they don't stress out their children. Gabriella Pomare is an award-winning divorce lawyer who used personal experience to write this book. It is called The Collaborative Co-Parent. Co-parenting made dignified, simple, collaborative. And Gabriella joins us now with helpful tips for divorced parents. Hi.
Hello, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good morning to you. We're excited to have you joining us. Start, if you would, with why holidays and things like birthdays and school concerts, maybe sporting events, graduations, why are these so stressful for parents and then ultimately also for kids?
Absolutely. I think realistically, holidays and special occasions, they bring out the worst of us, don't they? I mean, you're tired, you're emotional, you're stretched thin, and then suddenly the smallest thing can become a fight. And I think the most important thing for parents is not to use their children as a go-between during these stressful occasions, because that's when, conflict heightens and that's when the problems arise.
Yeah, traditions can be challenging too to uphold, probably for both parents. What do you suggest in terms of maybe creating new traditions?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think realistically, once you separate, you're going to have to come up with new traditions around occasions like Christmas and Thanksgiving. So where you may have in the past shared Christmas lunch together, it might be a time to now share. So one parent might have Christmas Eve and you'll create a new tradition. You might do pancakes or eggnog on Christmas Eve. You might open presents with one side of the family and the other parent might have Christmas Day. What I often recommend to parents is to alternate so it's fair every year and children know where they're going. And I always say plan early because a child needs to know where they're going to be. They don't want to be in, as you said, that tug of war right at the end, not knowing which parent they're going to be spending time with. And they don't want to be made to feel guilty for spending time with one parent over another on that special occasion.
It's really about communication between the parents, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think the reality is when you're stressed on one of these special occasions, you're still carrying that grief probably from your separation. There might still be that high conflict between both of you. Parents start using their children as that messenger because they don't want to communicate between each other. And the reality is that's when problems start. So what I say to parents is keep your messages between each other short, factual, pick up at 10. You don't need a full essay. Take a breath before you reply. You might receive a text message or an email from your co-parent that raises the blood pressure, but just breathe and take your own time to think about a careful response. What I often say is just remember kids aren't going to remember who got Christmas Eve, which parent won the argument. They're going to remember how calm they felt on these special occasions and how their parents communicated positively for their benefit.
It's interesting for New Year's, you said instead of focusing on fitness, focus on healthier co-parenting. That's a great goal for a lot of people. So it's never too late. If you're having a lot of conflict, you can always work towards something that's more peaceful.
I mean, everyone's out there talking about fitness goals, right, for January. And so I say, well, what about a co-parenting reset instead? Just because you've had a hard year co-parenting doesn't mean you can't start again. So my suggestions are set 1 or 2 new boundaries to protect your peace in the new year. It might be, for example, not texting back after 8 p.m. or not reacting in the heat of the moment. You can't change your ex, but you can, try not to be pulled into the same old patterns. And that's where that new year reset comes in. You don't compare the households between each other. Do things to make you a calmer and, I guess, happier co-parent. Focus on consistency, love, safety on your side at least.
Such great suggestions, Gabriella. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate your time. And again, Gabriella Pomare's book is called The Collaborative Co-Parent. For more information about the author or to rewatch this segment, you can visit our website, themorningblend.com.